Okay. Begin. Dramatic Labs adventure.
What are the choices you'll make? Oh, what in that space?
Whoops, I forgot to change the category for Twitch.
We're still in Zelda.
Yeah.
Captain Log, Stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless.
Rest.
After spending too many months piecing our ship back together,
Why
we're
didn't
finally about
I?
to
Okay.
venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am.
I know.
Them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same.
Oh,
It's entropy.
was wondering if
Nature
it's
of
just
the universe.
on my end. Okay.
Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good.
Change is good. Azar Levine. Do we get to create our character? You don't know.
No, I think I thought we were playing as that female character, but I could be wrong.
Welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
I thought we were playing as this free character.
You didn't hit the button.
Oh.
Are you still messing around with settings?
No, yeah, I was looking at my iPad. I can't click this.
Do
Oh,
you
there we
hit
go.
RT?
I have to RT. Okay.
Right trigger?
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
You don't like flying. And yet, you joined Starfleet.
There's a reason I'm not a pilot.
You should try it sometime.
Impacted by the things you say. Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
The Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy. At the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Starsick Resurgence. I said that weird.
Yeah, you did. Gene Roddenberry. Change of station.
Checking out security.
How's it feel?
Oh, slow.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
Far away from home. I'm hearing a doubling of audio, but it's not on the stream.
It's not on the stream. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I checked, but if you want to double check. The doubling audio of the game audio, not you.
Okay.
I think it's picking up. The mic is just picking up the game audio for some reason.
Commander, I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way.
If I mute the speakers, do you not hear it anymore?
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the call by
I think I still hear it, maybe?
on
When I mute you, I don't hear it.
Anyway, I finished
Okay.
top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history
Simulations
of the
don't count.
academy.
Oh, I put-
That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds. Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek?
Jara.
Absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what? Like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before.
The pleasure is
I just
mine.
Now you know.
the shuttle and was glad to be on
Okay.
solid ground.
Well, now you know. Keep your eyes and ears open and you might pick up on things.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
Can you run or no?
Good day, Commander.
Shut up!
I'm pushing everybody. Oh, never mind. It's just the classic pushing the stick.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermont is a Boolean, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Blue skin.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
So we're gonna buy a 380, a 3080. I mean, but they're all sold
Yeah.
out everywhere. I've been looking at. All those crypto miners, no chicken.
Excuse me.
Nah, I think it's dork.
Those what's it called? Those new ones are really big, right? I don't know if they could fit in my computer.
They probably could.
Okay.
I'm Commander Jan Ermont, Operations Officer on the Resolute.
So many people have lines down their faces.
Yeah,
I hope there wasn't too much
that's the
trouble.
thing about Star.
This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
It was a
I
bit
know
bumpy.
conditions are less than
It was
ideal
fine.
at the moment.
I actually put a bit bumpy.
But otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before.
I wonder what happens if you don't push. If you just let the prompt go. I don't know.
We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice.
I'm assuming I'll just default at your top answer. I don't know.
Coming from me.
What have you heard? Spare me the flattery. You have high expectations.
Research vessel.
Hey,
I'll do my best to live up to expectations.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do just fine. And if I can help in any way, just let me know. The USS Resolute.
Resolute.
She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
The equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but
Frequency.
it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew. At the end of the day,
I'm
we're
sorry
all
for your loss. It's a high
responsible for each
price. It could have been worse.
hey.
other. That's what it means to be a crew.
With hundreds of crew members aboard the ship, it could have been so much worse.
True. But out you never think about it that way. You can't help but replay events in your head and think about the things you could have done instead. Listen, I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time, and I'm glad you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first.
Why?
To value your contributions as much as he does.
All due respect to anyone that feels that way. You're gonna have to get over it. I'm here, and I have a job to do, just like anyone
Is she
else.
chewing on something?
That's true, but
No, she's just licking her face.
Oh, okay.
Starfleet has assigned us a high priority
Oh.
mission to the Hotari.
Press to explore the impact of your choices.
I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Is this the plasma torch? Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the
Okay. Corrosion.
So we play as these two characters?
I guess so. Oh.
I guess try to play the first officer as a jerk guy as a...
Okay.
I don't know. The engineer as some dork, I don't know.
Is that?
The lower decks. Oh, there's a hamburger for a second.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Millie.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Everything okay?
I dropped a non-ferrous connector between the coils. After a few of them to find it, and then...
Whew, another hour of recalibrating. Ouch. I'll leave you to it.
Okay, I can check my...
And so... That's Fajara. I guess that guy's card. RB. Hello?
I'm just checking to see how they look at the character. I don't know. I was trying to
You have to
figure
hit RB to look at the other guy.
Yeah, I know. He had nothing on his thing yet. He has nobody on his yet.
Okay.
Probe.
Carter Diaz!
Oh, these are heavier than they look. Makes more sense than zero G. You're welcome.
Hurry up!
Just put them all in.
See myself.
I don't even put that
Oh.
one. I can't put the...
Not half bad.
operational again. And if she breaks, we'll just fix her.
That guy's movement's weird. Okay, he's kind of stuttery. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of it. Hopefully this game runs good.
Engineer.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. Just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds. Moving upside down makes it easy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious.
His hair's really shiny.
Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Etzelar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes, Commander Chovak.
If that Star Wars games goes on sale on PlayStation, should I get it?
Sure.
All hands
Okay.
on deck. That's what Chovak said.
I didn't look for it in the Steam store.
Means this ship isn't ready to go out, and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it, and they're going to leave on schedule.
Scrambling?
Oh, I pushed X.
It all comes down to us, Nelly.
I'm trying to find the most
We're the ones who will get it ready.
positive. What's the worst to be positive?
But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Whoa. Excuse me.
He stole something, didn't he? No, chick.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's
Oh, that guy's like went crazy for a second.
replacement. That's for sure.
They seem alright. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely.
Don't insult my shit.
Sure
I
way
don't-
to it.
I wrote here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Spacewalk.
Here, let me help you.
Oh, I was gonna say where's their air thingies?
So what's the word?
Unless there's aren't air.
Security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go. See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls.
It's hard to see where my what's it called is. Okay. Oh, electricity or whatever. Okay.
That view never gets old.
Let's go.
Where did that come from? Oh, we're switching back to your character.
Maybe.
Oh, okay, I thought I had to do the spacewalk and everything. Okay. All hands.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
Can you mess up the room? Oh, let's start the story.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleons. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Excuse me. Okay.
Can you make anything in the replicator?
I'll check. Yeah, I just want to spin the globe.
Can't wait to plot a course myself. Just a sip of something.
Oh, that should go
I
to
don't
the
know
Y.
what that is.
Cappuccino.
Oh, Radicchino. Is it some? Oh, there's a mug too.
That sure has a kick.
Does it disappear? Oh, okay.
Jara Ryder. Last
Oh,
time
he's a Viltrumite?
was graduation
Sure.
ceremony. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. The regret is we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
Maybe you can spare me the pomp and circumstance. There's plenty of work to be done without all that.
You always had a work ethic like nothing I'd ever seen. That's just what this ship needs at the moment. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage. Not nearly as much as the crew.
I heard that you had an equipment malfunction.
Is that what they're calling it? No, that's just some being generous. If anything, it was a leadership malfunction. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough, a quantum leap forward in warp core technology, 10,000 teradynes per second, the ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed.
Ever dreamed?
What would have been the crowning achievement of my career? Right there, within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We worked hard, warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle.
Way beyond.
It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
The crew know the risk.
I still think
We
A
all
was
know
the
the
more.
risks when we sign up. No
But
guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed.
You
In
did
my
fail.
defense, I will say I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff were willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO. I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
This is your ship and you are the captain. So as far as I'm concerned, whatever you say goes.
That's the kind of support I'm looking for. Look,
So as far as I'm
we can't afford.
I just heard that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just checking the sound. It sounds really low on the stream.
Should I turn it up?
Think so?
We need a win.
I don't know which one to turn it up. Just wait, I'll wait for the.
The crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified.
Oh, did you get your headphones or no?
No, I think they're coming Wednesday.
Suggested several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be.
That's a powerful storm.
But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
So basically, we're being sent into the eye of a storm more powerful than anything on record.
Well, yes. But we're taking every precaution. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying,
Sooner the better.
my full support.
Hopefully, that day comes sooner rather than later.
Pace yourself. Like I said, when it happens is entirely up to you. But first, you have to be willing to put in the work.
Of course.
Come. Let me introduce you to the crew.
I don't know what white means. I think he views me as neutral.
You can check on the thingy, can't you?
I'm not sure if there's orange background.
Do you have to hit A or something on them?
Mixed first impressions. It's the sentence. Coming out as rather abrasive, yet still humble.
Oh.
Confused by Jerry's combination of both pragmatism yet obvious ambition. Okay. Okay, I'll try to turn up the mixer.
Hello?
I'm still here. It's already almost all the way to the top. I just turned it up a smidge.
Okay. Bunch of dorks.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
One of.
Well, what he lacks in humility more than makes
He's
him
Bajoran.
A pleasure to meet
Okay.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our Chief Science Officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
I think he's a slave.
Commander Ryder,
What would you talk
it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian.
Another slave. They don't have slaves.
As long as I can remember.
If Star Wars can have
I've
slaves,
been
Star Trek
following
can
you
have
here
slaves.
for quite some time,
Yeah, they have slaves.
and I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
You heard of me?
You've heard of me?
You've heard of me?
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me.
Hey.
Not that I've done anything close to what you've done.
That's very kind of you to say, but enough about me. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Irma. Please do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home.
Wait, he's the commander. Oh, I don't know.
I'm at the starbase. Have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make
My
our
computer's fans just went crazy for a second. I don't know why.
Yeah, I heard them. I think I heard them.
Oh, I forgot to buy air compressor. I'm almost out of one.
Oh. There's not one downstairs?
I'll go look. I can't find a straw for the.
Needs to lower the structural integrity field. He sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Permission granted.
Lowering
Is the
structural
co-pilot sit in
integrity
the
field.
second seat?
Entering maintenance mode.
Oh, whatever.
Condition blue.
Condition blue. Storm surge.
Storm surge.
The storm is getting worse.
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
Great. Let's get to that emitter. Every time we're out here, I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but
Oh, yeah, no
it's a
clue.
machine. A massive, massive machine.
Now, what are you complaining about? We got the best seat in the house out here. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years.
I guess that
just
was
to
a
get out and see the
green
galaxy.
answer. I don't know.
I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
Gonna blow up.
Probably. Oh, okay.
Beginning recalibration.
Turn the notches the center of the circle indicators. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
I don't even know what the hell you're doing.
Careful. Too much action and harmonics will deflect the alignment.
Why does it keep going over there?
Light touch.
Can you control it?
Okay, I can move the thingy.
You have to turn it sideways? Oh no.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
No, I just had to push in the middle. I thought I was, what's it called? Just moving the tool. I didn't know I was moving the little thingy.
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive. Yes, I am the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
Why?
Oh,
I'm so
Why?
glad you said
I
that.
pushed
Now
it.
I know exactly who to turn to when I have questions.
Questions are more Commander Ermont's territory. Captain Solano primarily relies on my knowledge and expertise when he needs answers. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then?
Ring?
You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario.
Hey?
Not outside the realm of
I thought why would be the one.
In my entire career, it's never been an issue, or caused the slightest problem. And I don't expect this to be any different.
I was just curious, that's all.
I heard a door slam. I'm not sure if somebody's
Can I be
here.
blunt, Commander?
I see no
Or is
reason
it
to
next door?
stop
Next door is
now.
so loud.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew.
Do you have a trauma?
He was one of my closest friends.
Mr. Westbrook, if you have some kind of problem with me, and you just met me so it has nothing to do with me, you're gonna have to figure out how to get over it. Because I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. I'll stick to science. That is what this ship is for.
Very well.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm we're flying into. It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound. On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wide-band burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over the ship.
Wait until at the last second.
Oh.
Aye.
My person was just running.
Yeah.
Gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
Way.
I'm sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat, so we can orient
Maybe shoot at it?
towards the
I don't
wave.
know.
You have to believe me.
We only
Don't
get
believe
one
her.
shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
Deflector.
Why?
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already
Chose
working on it.
Westbrook's plan.
Timing displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command. Now.
We got it. This is it.
All hands, brace for impact.
Is there boots helping them?
I don't even know.
Is that gonna explode?
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
Blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
Affirmative.
Engage the override. It should allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp engine without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Oh, these are just okay. Whoops.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
DS to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Oh, okay, there's shooting in this game.
Cool. Shoot her.
Climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but you know.
Can you just pull it out and shoot anytime? Use the phaser to kill you. What happens if you do?
I
shoot?
can't. Oh Jesus. Okay.
You have to shoot all of them because the one behind you.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Still took most of it.
That one's
That damaged your suit. Energy damage is down to 60%.
okay. I can't run. There's
This one behind you.
We're almost to the regulator.
You have 3 hit points. Well, there's one to the right of you. One to the left of you.
We're at the regulator. Opening the access panel.
I am now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have little time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
You got it. Da-na-na-na-na. Boo-doo-boo-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo.
Okay.
Lines to the port warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can...
Dodge. I should have.
We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
X.
All right, Starbase, we're on it.
Acknowledged.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
And repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
This is Captain Solano. Put me on screen.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order. Jara?
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you
Jara,
disembarked.
I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
There is protocol.
And there are lies.
What are you thinking?
I see what the.
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark!
Grab my hand. I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, she's.
I got you. Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There's an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Etzelar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Go in there now. I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Oh, okay.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
She's gonna die.
No time to fight me on this.
You first.
Get in there.
Not on your
Does he
life.
push her?
Let's not let it come down to that.
Get on there, you dork.
We made it.
They're safe, bringing the SIF fully online.
Do it.
The price of duty.
Price 30.
Nilly.
I'm good. Help me with him.
Let's
Do you
go
think we
inside.
gained superpowers or something?
No.
Medical. Got one wounded at my
You
location.
think I could pause it?
Carter.
I think so. Can you?
I'm hearing a lot of noise downstairs. I'm gonna go check if someone's here.
Okay. Na 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 na.
Okay.
Na. Anyone there or no?
Yeah. Mom's back. Okay.
Okay. A couple of raccoons in the basement. Again. Can you hear or not really?
No.
No. Shadow, can you hear?
No, I can't hear Shadow.
Okay.
Oh, they have hover beds, whatever.
You gotta be more careful. I just got
No.
I'm not ready to see you two get blown to space dust just yet. Now let's get you.
Her walk's weird.
Great.
That guy looks weird. Who's pushing?
Oh, fuck, we're gonna go into the ceiling.
Status report.
The Repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Punch him. God, I hate stairs. Oh, I thought I would say that.
Well,
It was the right decision.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the
you
information I had.
disobeyed my orders. And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well. That's going to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet.
It's your fault.
My credibility on this ship. From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
X.
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order. But you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew. Trust me.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Chovak's an alien. Who cares?
More complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes. So, let's just boil it down to you did what you had to.
Eh?
Be good enough for me.
The meanest, I
Am I
think.
dismissed, sir?
Dismissed? We have work to do. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
I didn't do much walking around in that Batman game, right? It was just
I
mostly
don't
pick
think
dialogue and just walk. Quick time.
I think you could have walked around more.
Oh, okay.
I think those guys look like aliens.
All departments reporting full mission readiness.
I think we did a little walking.
On board.
But
This is my favorite moment.
I think it was just mostly the detective
Start of a new mission.
spots or whatever they're called.
Full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Handar.
Mr. Handor.
How big are these ships?
They're pretty big.
Okay. Titanic big? No, I'm joking.
Probably way bigger than the Titanic.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Oh, we get to say our words.
Me?
I wonder if you get to choose. Do it.
Sure.
Excellent.
Helm, do it.
Nicely done.
Why is it so fast?
Whoa. Careful.
Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
You don't look fine.
Shut up.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
Commander, help me get her inside.
Oh, it did already. We got a sweet arm cannon. Oh.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
That storm did a real number.
Do you think he has a scar for the rest of the game?
Live. Just need to
Probably.
Or whatever that burn mark is?
worry about yourself.
We probably got superpowers or
Iridium
something.
levels
I
got
don't know.
dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
Or an alien
This
took
is
over
definitely
our
one of the more
body.
memorable first days I can think of.
Nah, I don't
My
know.
name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're...
Rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the Duridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
It's who I
It's
am.
who I am.
I know what it means. And I know the responsibility that comes with it. But I can't be anything more than who I am. And if someone has a problem with that, or expects something else, then that's their problem, not mine.
That's exactly right. And don't worry, I won't treat you like a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake. What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on.
X?
The more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. And I have to give you credit for what happened on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And
Small
everyone's
ship.
curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure is almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
And my work here is done.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be lurking outside of sickbay. I didn't want to intrude, so it felt more appropriate to wait out here. We were all worried about you. Or I should say I was. I wasn't sure what was happening at first. then I realized it was your condition.
Whichever one you want.
I'll just go X again.
I don't want anyone to worry about me. I'm gonna be just fine. This is part of who I am, but I've never let it define me.
I get that now. And I promise I'll try not to let being such a jerk define me either. You trusted my intuition earlier, with the deflector pulse. I felt I should thank you for that.
Well, thank you for coming. Even though you didn't have to.
I wanted to.
Now, Carter, the emissions that gave you that burn are quite unusual, like everything else that goes with this storm. That's a combination of hyronalin and lectrazine to counter the radiation effects. That should help speed your healing.
Speed.
A couple of times to see you already. Be brief.
What do you think we got? Super intelligence or something?
Sure.
It's good to see you awake again. I was starting to get worried. Not that you aren't in good hands with Dr. Duvall. You did take one hell of a shot, though.
I hear you've been checking in on me. Thanks for that.
One of the benefits of working a security rotation. Lots of opportunities to walk by sickbay and stop in. Millie was looking in on you too, by the way. But since it's just us right now, I had a chance to think about this while I was away. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse.
It's okay, Miranda. You can tell me anything.
I know that.
Then come on. Just spit it out.
I'm trying. Let me talk. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
I was gonna keep pushing X.
You don't have to explain.
Sure.
I feel the same way.
I think X is the
There
most.
is something between us.
Neutral?
Yeah.
Do they have neutral? Like,
I don't know. Some of them seemed.
If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
Are you kidding?
I mean, I think good. I mean, blue is the good answer. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it was make it more, you know, the bottom one.
Needs to rest
The most.
if he wants to get back to his old self.
His old self.
Of course. I'll see you again soon.
Everyone's eyes are really.
Weird.
Yeah. Cast adrift. Are these like supposed to be episodes?
I think they're just chapters.
Oh, okay.
They're really short,
Short.
episodes. Ah.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Blow them up. Oh.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Oh, I'm just supposed to spin it. I thought I had to take it slow.
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Oh.
Oh.
Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering. Losing.
I can't get it any clearer.
We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, we just die?
Yeah.
That's a secret power. I don't know. Just die.
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
Oh, I keep. Excelsior. It's gonna bump into that.
We're pulling in debris. I'm on it.
Oh.
We're gonna crash. I don't know.
I thought I had to do the spinning one. Okay. Oh, some.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Ryder, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Some of these are confusing to me.
200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Oh.
Got
Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Oh, I thought I had to do something. Oh, I do start to do something. Okay.
Oh, they're coming really fast.
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Terra firma, so to speak.
You think they used the no, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Can I walk past them? No, I'm joking.
Captain, we'll be right down to meet
He should have been able to.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Wow. Let me be the first to say, welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer.
Carter? Carter Diaz. Sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz. It appears I have you to thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon, if I may say so.
Well, it wasn't on. I got some help from upstairs.
A bombastic approach to clearing debris. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Otari space. It is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense
Ionic. Okay.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable.
Inoperable.
So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Storm?
I'd rather investigate than speculate.
A sound principle.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock,
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Do they live really long or no?
I think they do.
A provocation to war.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right, Ambassador. Not the most diplomatic choice of words.
Correct.
We're all curious about the future, Ambassador. Specifically, what exactly are we getting involved in here?
We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Illydians have shared a mining operation there. The Illydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of
Why did they
the
stand
arrangements
like
is
that?
the source of their peace.
Almost P posing like
The yellow ones like had a Frankenstein-like stance.
Of the mining operations
Okay.
and expelled the Illydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation. But the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
How is it the Hotari were able to turn the tables and take the mines against superior forces, especially after decades in this arrangement?
Unclear. The answer to that question may be the key to a new, lasting peace, and one that I hope we can uncover during these negotiations. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Illydian fleet if this escalates to open war. Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly, the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace
Whatever you
is our
want.
objective after all.
They don't want peace, or I'm X and Y.
X? I don't.
We can call it profitable or mutually beneficial, but at the end of the day, the Hotari are still being exploited for their own resources.
True peace is not merely the absence of war. And as such, this conflict will surely come again.
Neither the Illydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention. In the past, the Federation has relied on the Illydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
So we've already played a part in this.
Unfortunately, that is indeed the case, Commander Rydek.
We're morally obligated to make this right.
Hold on. Our only obligation is to negotiate the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
Given the Federation's involvement in the Illydium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the ion storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, We have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
I guess it buys us some time. I don't know.
They have never been observed in the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way.
Okay.
That helps in this.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the line. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace will very well depend on it.
Leopard Nimoy. Or what did they say? Leopard Nimrod.
Sure, okay now.
Navigational complexities. Oh, we're just playing Game Boy.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock.
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
I want to do it.
The ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
It seems like he's warming up to us.
Yeah.
Even Chovok has to look at that face and know you've earned some real respect. And I have to admit that I owe you one. You were right to make me go first. I don't know what I was thinking.
You've pulled me out of trouble how many times?
Okay. At the very least, maybe I can track down that bottle Sori and Brandy are still on the hook for.
Brandy.
But first, we have work to do.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's do the diagnostic.
Oh. I missed. Okay, there we go.
That's such a weird way to push the button, but...
I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms. That just isn't gonna work for me.
That's not gonna happen, okay? And why are you even going there? We haven't even gone on a date yet.
I just want you to know where I stand. I like my friends and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something. Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point.
Warp point.
Just those warnings. What are they?
Oh, I guess I don't have to read it. Okay.
Tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
The warp field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
There was a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. When that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
And look, there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace
Oh, okay, I
variance,
don't have to move
tolerance,
anything.
or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
They always raise their right or left eyebrow.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this.
Navigation?
I picked warp coil.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
A tricorder can record and analyze data looking through it while reveal on the unseen. Use extra equipped or holster your tricorder. Hold out to scan glowing objects. You must be close to some objects to scan them. Watch the frame of the screen to see if you're too far away. Oh. Some objects you scan will activate a deep scan. During a deep scan, use LB and OB to switch between different scan modes and search for glowing objects. The mode indicates on the tricorder will blink if there's an object to find in that mode. When you have scanned objects in the frame, will change color. Hold out to analyze the data. Oh wait, there's some. Center core guides the warp field through the focal vent up maintained. No fractures detected. The link hole shows evidence of routine maintenance to repair micro-operation from neutrino interactions. Whoops. Standby state, warp cores produce 7 reason. Oh, no deviations detected.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except
Nothing.
it's not. Checked and double checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
That guy must be an alien, the one with the blonde.
Yeah.
Everyone's an alien.
Hey,
I'm not here.
we're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
No, that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now. More important things on my mind.
I guess this is the most positive. I'm getting hungry. Okay.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
This game's 10.5 hours long.
Really? 10 and a half?
Completion is
Deal.
Okay.
14. Made an extra 11 hours. I just wanted to go see how long this game is.
Be seeing you.
They're gonna die.
Probably.
We
It's hard to deal
probably
with.
got space aids or something.
If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go.
What if we could just get him scarred? Just always get beat.
All right.
Yeah, I see if
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the
the
ship.
long play on YouTube
Ship's
is about
computer
8
can double
hours.
check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is
8
putting out
to
false
9.
data, we'll know it.
Let's check those logs again.
Running now.
Run it now.
Same. Warp field inversion and the cascade failure.
Excuse me.
However,
I'm getting the hiccups. Okay.
the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton.
I think I'll pay for that site.
Yeah, okay.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Oh.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Do you know what you're eating up there? What did you take out anything for up there?
Not really. Maybe get mom to get what do you call them?
Bananas?
No, the chicken.
Captain Solano.
Oh.
Welcome to Hotari. We are honored you.
I'm not sure what they're called. What are they called? Rotisserie chicken.
Minister of Diplomatic
Oh.
Affairs.
Maybe.
The honor is ours. And this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Lydians.
We are honored to be here as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation, the reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
We're about to begin.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here. But that guy was something.
He seems full of himself.
He certainly seems full of himself. No missing that. You could probably see it from orbit.
What a piece of work.
Remember, we are here at their invitation. We must remain deferential whenever possible.
Of course, but even that has its limits.
The people are all
Show strength.
Show the fine. So just do I don't know.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours. We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Lydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more. That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of
I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for.
We are here at your request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Can you look at the ceiling?
The same cloth as Galvin. I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not
She
part
can
of...
speak for herself, can she? Then let her. Now then, one should know their place.
My fans are going crazy again.
What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask. Is Hotari Prime part of the Hotari system?
I am unfamiliar with your customs, Your Majesty.
We may not be a powerful civilization in your eyes, but we are prideful people. You are Kobliad. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Elidians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Elidians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate peace?
X or A or Y?
You can do whatever you want.
I would seek peace.
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
You may be.
Kill her. Oh.
Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may.
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. But that's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple truth. The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology, We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered.
Dilithium.
All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies. The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries. So tell me, who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on Tau? Who should the Federation recognize? The Hotari or the Alidians?
Oh, who should I pick?
Only be one or the other, not both.
Whatever you want.
I'll go with the crystal.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the Hotari.
I don't know if they have crystals on their faces.
How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
Then you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that. I hope we meet again.
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
It's been a pleasure, Commander Rydek.
Look.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
How do I save?
Is it already saved?
I think so. Is that a water fountain? What is that? Oh, it's just a little waterfall.
Soothing.
It's the first time I walked about in a while. Oh wait, no, I was walking as the when I was looking at the ship.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Alidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
Even though the Hotari should have control of the mines, some of the Alidian claims are still valid.
There you're wrong, but we can agree to disagree.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Alidians.
Not seized, reclaimed, and restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive, before the Alidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Why?
Were the Hotari miners armed during the revolt? I'm just trying to understand how it happened.
If by that you mean armed with centuries of abuse and exploitation at the hands of the Alidians, then yes.
Which doesn't really answer my question.
We had them vastly overwhelmed from the start. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. ready to contend with anything the Illydians might have in store. Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Is there any way to check our whatever the hell is wrong with us, our drug addiction? Or that just brings up.
I don't think so. Oh, he's okay.
Can you go all the way to the right with him? Jora. Let's just still some blue people for us. Guess we met everyone.
He only has one person.
To me, oh. So we probably met everyone that we could influence.
Maybe.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your
Why?
perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Illydians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth.
Iron Storm.
Afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
Do you think? No, I don't know.
I'm not a scientist, but I do
That
know
Iron
the
Storm is a sentient being or something.
Sure.
So maybe the Lydians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the
A more powerful alien. Yeah. They do that a lot.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has
Yeah,
seized
probably.
control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I've made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist.
What is it?
They're hiding something.
What is it?
What do you think it is?
I've heard rumors it's some sort of ancient artifact, but I haven't seen it myself.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. I look forward to our meeting again.
Sorry,
I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time. I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you are aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price?
And transmission if you want to. Oh, okay.
Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself.
Why?
That's what
Oh, I just switched.
You just answered your own question. How do a group of miners do something that in theory can't be done? That's how. Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true, how does that even happen?
You tell me.
Oh.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Ryder. Can you talk to these?
No. Are there any collectibles in this game?
Bach tokens and stuff? I don't know. I don't know. Pogs? Ooh.
They seem proud of their culture. Pride can lead to rash action.
Who are you talking to? Shut up.
Where is Captain?
He's probably inside there. You have to go back
okay.
inside.
I can go in there.
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that
Might be the
appears to
storm.
We need to know more.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Don't let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clearer picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
He's gonna crash into the moon or something. A scientific method. Can you crash into an asteroid or something?
If it lets me. No, we're just going straight to the ship, I think.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first.
Use to fly forward, to fly backward, to turn, to strafe.
Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Joyriding, okay.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Remind me of it when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
Oh, I can strafe up and down. Okay, I thought I couldn't. Okay.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position. Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem?
Don't get me wrong. Things are definitely trending up with Commander Rydek. She's put my ideas into action. And she listened to me when your life was on the line out on the hull.
That sounds like a good thing.
It is. But I'm still trying to figure out if she's right for the job. She didn't go through what the rest of us did. Still got chosen to be number one. Can't tell if she was actually siding with me.
She's a great lead. What did you pick?
I picked Y.
Oh.
Can't hold it against her.
Actually,
I'm still trying to pick the more positive answers for him.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2.
Do you want to just go to 3 or?
Which one's 3 hours?
Okay.
I just want to go to the bathroom and I want to go get some bread quick.
Oh, okay.
All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
Is that an alien? It was an alien ship, wasn't it?
It was some weird, I don't know.
2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe. We've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there. Listen, I'm going to give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. Don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't
Why is it
think I had
tilted
the
up?
people skills to be first officer.
Okay.
What a load of crap. I mean,
Politics?
Oh, I just.
Sure.
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my options open.
I don't need to tell you how to operate. You're already well on your way. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. Who knows? Solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
Promotion? I don't know.
You know, I'd be the best leader Starfleet ever had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems Command causes. Maybe I'd just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
Of course not. You gotta remember where you came from.
Okay.
There's some objects coming. Or
I think I'm good. I think I can reach it.
Here, this is close enough.
just crash right into that wall.
Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Atari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
You just have to scan them, or
We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more. Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
There's the moon alive. Let's check it out.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it.
an attack? I don't know. We need to fight back.
I was just gonna put why.
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. Current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm. And this beam. They're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger. That's why we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my ship encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
Here I thought the Elydians were the problem. Needed peace talks and a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
X? Oh,
All
yeah.
their posturing, every indication is that the Elydians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
Everything we witnessed, I would say, that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
She's gonna be executed.
Yeah.
Why would Tylus help us? Behind her people's back? It's a fair question.
Why?
Considering.
She doesn't like the way Galvin and Sidron have been manipulating the situation. And the Queen. Working with us to go around them isn't the same as betraying her people.
It may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
It raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much.
Told him a lot.
I just told him that the ship was a
Major Armistice
science
said
ship,
the
so
revolt
maybe they'll
defied
just
us.
destroy our ship altogether.
That the Hotari miners somehow harness the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm.
Doing that is not even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illidians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. His advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose. It wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We lost all contact.
Pissed off.
We can only hope for a stay without power.
It's hard to tell.
Hey, she knows what she's doing.
If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine. Assuming the Queen isn't part of it. Let's see a scan of whatever the hell that was.
Oh, wrong button. No, I pushed the wrong button. I pushed the right button.
Came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the reservoir. This came from the mines, but it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illidians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We're, after all, supposed to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could in bad faith. It allowed us to investigate the mines of Tau with full justification. Of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
What the Federation doesn't know won't hurt them. If I do it right, nobody will know I was there.
Commander, I'm surprised at you.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question.
I hope I don't have to do like stealth again.
The Federation.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even
That was really loud, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why it was so loud compared to everything.
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together. 3, 2, 1. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
So slow. There's a plasma welding to it. I don't know why I got it.
Be professional. Show off.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Here, I'll help.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand.
Explode.
We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Well, what can I say? I'm good at what I do.
I can see that.
Come on, start pulling chips.
Oh, wrong button. Okay. Am I doing every single one? Oh, he dropped one.
God damn it.
Oh, there's a crystal.
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Oh, it's so fast now. Okay.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
It's gonna blow.
Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
It does push.
Well, if it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device. Some kind of sabotage. Or even a bomb.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
I can't make an exception. Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
I'm just kidding. Whatever you want.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it
I
without
couldn't think of which one was the. I just put A. Okay.
Be very careful.
Oh, cube.
Okay, stand back.
Are they gonna? Oh, it's disappeared. Oh,
Get this to the
they
containment
can.
lab.
They can warp it with the fog.
Set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Just gonna kill Walton.
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast? But she usually doesn't scare easy.
Of course she's taking it seriously, but that's her job. She's on duty, she's got to be on the lookout for danger.
Yeah, but talking about sending a distress call on her own? That's going too far. Although, you didn't seem to think so. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses.
Well, what's this chapter we were on called?
Stacking up.
I don't even know.
We'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
Well, on symbols and legends.
Symbols.
Okay.
Worked behind the scenes during the negotiations. Made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydick, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
That one above? That one it? No, no.
No.
Next one. Oh wait, is it?
It might be
Oh,
this
wait,
one.
no.
No, wait. That's close. I'll come back to that one. Oh, I think I'm looping. Okay.
Wait, this one's the closest one. Oh wait, no, no.
I think
no?
it is. No, wait.
If you want to compare, maybe I'll say.
Match.
Got it.
Okay.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Khan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Trillions.
fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Takan is limited.
Should I say I've heard of the
We've only
Takan?
encountered passing references.
Yeah, you want?
Actually, I've heard of the Takan.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Takan outpost.
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi-Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Someone from the Takan Empire's actually...
Is this from an actual episode
Or
or?
at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an
I don't remember.
biped humanoid. He was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Advanced civilization in the galaxy.
I think it's a first season episode. Riker doesn't have his beard, so it has to be the first.
To capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful.
I think I do remember it.
What else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
You might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
I'll look at the planet first.
What sort of planet is Delphi-Ardu 4?
Delphi-Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi-Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
It was the first appearance of the Ferengi. They said the Ferengi.
Yeah, okay.
There seems to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi-Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, you see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
We need to go to those mines.
It's depend between that and A. Okay.
What's down there for ourselves.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Commander Rydek's right. We need to know what's down there, what the Hotari are hiding. We better understand what we're up against, and to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, We are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. It's not without risk.
I'm ready for action, Captain. Just say the word and I'll be there.
I'll admit, I wish I could go myself. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality, aggravating an already tense situation. Can't afford any mistakes. Which is why I've chosen you.
Tylus will be essential to my success. Not only her knowledge of the mines, but her ability to gain access, particularly now that we know which mine we need to get into.
Make sure she understands the need to keep this covert.
She's not going to want her people to know about this.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime. Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
Lost and found.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Diaz, Tamaris. Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good. I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
I wish I said I got stopped that. Spooky.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
Seeing if I can pull out my gun. I can't. Oh, there was something I missed over here. Wait, where did it go?
To the right. It's to the right still. It's the survey at the end.
Oh, okay.
Right there to the left. To the left behind you. It was right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I seen it here, but
It was on to the right of that. It should have been right here where you're standing right there.
let me go back and see if it appears. And I was gonna go this way. There's something on the floor here.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Did this?
Tachyon Empire. Yeah, that was the first season of TNG. Episode 5. That first season really sucks, man. I think I watched that season, those episodes only once.
I don't think there's anything behind me, but I'm gonna go check. Jump scare? No, I'm just gonna.
Shooter.
Oh, it's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
I called you on the comm badge. Twice. Commander Westbrook, too. Why didn't you answer?
Oh, I guess I was just caught up in my work. But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
But hold on a second. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself. Whatever he told you, you got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
Westbrook wouldn't lie about that.
Are you really so sure?
I just said he wouldn't.
Then maybe he's mistaken. I don't know. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship.
I'm worried because you're acting strange. One minute you're citing regulation to take the crystals, and now you don't seem to care that they've gone missing. And what are you even doing in here?
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
Shooter.
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stay around and debate. Not right now.
I don't know what it is, but you're hiding something. What's in that storage drive?
It's secure data. It doesn't concern you.
Miranda, hold on.
No. Get out of my way.
Shooter.
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Even if that was true, it still doesn't answer what happened to the crystal formation that she took. And she isn't helping.
I can't tell you what I don't know. I brought them where they belonged, and that's where I left them.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two, if you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please,
Sickbay.
let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle.
Let's take her to sickbay. It's better than the brig, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a neutral response. I think white means
Checked
neutral.
out by medical. You two go with her. I'll put this back together.
She's gonna kill the doctor.
Probably. What lies beneath?
What lies beneath?
Okay, I don't have a gun either.
Radek here.
This is Irma. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Understood. Radek out.
Can I just automatically? Oh. Okay.
The ionic interference is coming from underground. I should find a safer way down there.
Oh, how is it? Okay.
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did. It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
When you called to pass the scan, it sounded like they caught you. I was worried you'd been hurt.
It was nothing I couldn't handle.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. That explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
I strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Takan.
The Takan?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy, but they've been gone for over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on Tau.
Which is why I need proof. If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Takan technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood. We're almost there.
Oh, we can run. Okay, cool.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
It's enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
How do we get inside?
We don't.
The
No,
structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
Well, that's good to hear.
As long as you can avoid being seen, I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
How do I avoid being seen?
You don't use the door.
They should just dress her up to look like that.
Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not
The Queen would be furious to hear you try to deny me entry.
the Queen. But I just...
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well, to someone much further below. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly in this instance. You'll regret everything you've said here today.
Do I need to crouch?
How should a fellow Hotari not understand this? You're digging your own grave. I've reached the end of my patience. Escort me to the Queen's bed.
I told you I can't...
Now!
They're supposed to scan the thing to the right.
I'm holding the scan button. Nothing scanning though.
Oh, okay. Can you walk through that, or?
There we go. Finally, it's scanned. Okay, I had to be really close.
Okay. Let's get a look inside you.
On focus on the firing of the force field. Signal receiver that controls field activation. Prevents all matter from passing through.
Full system access. Let's see if I can just... Bingo.
There's 45 chapters.
Okay.
I forget which chapter we're on.
Better hurry. Not sure how long.
But they're really short chapters.
Something in here is keeping that door closed.
Compound that processes DNA scans of those that attempt to enter the door. Does not store records used only as a trigger for activation. Prevent cell matter from passing through. Okay. Oh. Contains records of personnel with access to the facility.
Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
What door?
You want to the right?
I think so. Okay.
So does this feel like a Star Trek game?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It seems like a Star Trek episode.
Oh, it's a toggle.
Volt.
I didn't come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight. There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
It worked, didn't it? I'm used to having to throw my weight around. Hard to get anyone to listen to you otherwise.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you.
There's a lot you don't know about me. Underestimate me at your peril.
Catwalks were booby-trapped.
Galvin and Sidron have gone to great lengths to keep out the uninvited. Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least to the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the machine and get us control of the lift.
That's the theory. Let's test it.
Okay.
You have to go punch one or something?
I'm assuming that one over there. Okay.
There's DNA on this console, but it's only partial. I can't use this.
Maybe because we're outside.
The weather out here could dilute any DNA samples.
What about inside that structure? That's where the workers spend most of their time.
Good idea. Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots. This'll work.
Tory fingerprints visit odd spots. We are distinctive pattern of ridges and valleys consistent with fingerprint belonging to a Hadori male approximately 36 cycles in age. FHL residue detected the presence of cells shed from the outermost layer of skin indicates recent contact with this surface. Dried saliva. The pattern of saliva consists of a sudden burst of air from nose and mouth, likely caused by environmental irritants.
That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it.
there anything there? Oh, that was just the crane.
Perimeter by... Oh, I can't read that. It's so small. Perimeter by Stifley standards. Tool for excavate and I can't speak. Dilithium. Hattori took advantage of the natural high strength to break apart solid rock. Oh.
Not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else. I can use this.
Toy fingerprint residue of oil deposit revealed distinct pattern. Okay, that's the same. Okay.
Good. That's another I could use. Just need one more sample. There's gotta be stable DNA here.
Slava residue. Hattori slava is vicious to accommodate the harsh diet. Dental prints of Hattori, male, 24 cycles in age. Hattori food is often dense, allowing use of single prong utensils.
Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile. I'm to go back to the lift.
When did it save?
I think it's supposed to save every chapter.
Okay.
Can you just interact with that? Or? You can't just hit A on that or something.
Oh, there we go.
It worked. Theory proven.
I'll get it started.
Ready?
I think it's saved. Okay.
I mean, we're at time.
Yes, we're at 3 hours. I'll just start here. Okay.
Okay.
I think I push my menu.
Yeah.
And I push yes. And then I just push play. And okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay. That was alright.
Okay, give me a second.